Hello and welcome back to the ESL ESEA Pro League. It's time then for us to get into the game. You just saw the 9th round take place. Let's throw it straight on your screens as it's time now for Flipside up against Team EnVy, and it is on Dust2. Looks like we are going to be seeing them swap sides, seeing EnVy start on the CT with Flipside a man down, or 2 men down, I guess technically. Going to try and do the best on T.
Yeah, Bondic not going to be with Flipside today. I'm sure you guys at home have seen, the updates from Flipside, and we all hope he gets well soon. But we have to turn our attention to the game here. And so on that T side, it's going to be a difficult one for them. I'm not sure how well they can do here. They are running almost as a mix at the moment. But then again, it's Dust2. It kind of allows for a little bit of something to work for them in that sort of aspect. And as we expected, though, it's kind of the normal start coming through. But NBK actually going B to begin with, rather than where normally it's Keo playing. But they actually switch roles, so maybe just slightly more favourable spawns. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, so it looks like we're going to be seeing Flipside kind of gather force in that middle area. We saw this before, and we saw it work incredibly well, actually, not too long ago. I'm not sure whether or not Dust2 is going to find anything on A, because the way EnVyUS have structured this, they're just leaving Happy on A site, and they're going to try and get their picks via Keo in long, and this NBK Smith's presence in middle. Smith has taken a heavy hit, though, and he's actually about to be in trouble in short.
But the bomb's not there. The bomb's with Markelov in lower B tunnels, so if Hut and him just split towards B, they could actually get some good presence. They just kind of need to take down NBK, or at least control mid, and they could overwhelm. But I think NBK knows something's up here, because they've not pushed up towards A, and now the mid player is coming into practice.
Oh my God.
Smiths is just behind the smoke. He's trying to peek up and over. He's going to finally get to spot. And oh, what a peach of a shot coming in, taken down well at it. But the push has worked. They're into B. NBK, Smiths, and Happy, however, not far behind.
Yeah, NBK, only 23 points of health. It's not going to stop him just taking the bombs out of Markelov's hands. Quick exchange, though. Hutji, the new face, does turn up, but so does Keo. Quick double, and now all onto a very heavily tagged up Davkos. He's even more so as Smiths wraps it up, and that's going to be a very nice first round for Team EnVyUS. It looked like Flipside had kind of got the right read. It looked like they'd kind of execute onto B perfectly, but that retake from EnVy just a little too strong. And
just great seeing that NBK even denied the plant as well, just not allowing them any money.
Yeah.
You can see it reflected there. They're going to get a little bit of a shoddy buy-in, so a Deagle and 2 P250s, but not much else. Well done, it just going to be trying to get those Xuan Deags going. But yeah, as we were saying, Flipside here, not in a great position, but look at Shox. He's getting aggressive, and Blade's just around the corner. This could go very badly wrong, Shox. He just looks at... Wait. See how much information he can get now, because he knows there might be more. And now he's going to pounce. Perfect play coming out from Shox, showing you what you can achieve with those MP9s. And it is just a disaster for Flipside, as the last man will be claimed by NBK, which was Markelov. But, patience is a virtue, and Shox certainly has it.
Well, patience, and I mean, Blade not checking his corners, but yeah, fantastic from Shox.
His money as
He's
well
going to be
now.
so rich right now. I mean, we saw them just taking a P250 with Happy, picked up all the nades in case they were going to try and get that up. Shox has just blown that money problem all the way out the window, out the water rather. He could blow it out the window if he wanted. But let's see now where we go into the 3rd round. Very little for Flipside, a couple of P250s and just the flash for Hutji. As we are once again going to see Flipside, I assume, deleted. It's going to be about how efficiently they can do so.
Look at them again. EnVy just looking
Blade.
confident. I love this. Shox, he's going to go and get just padding that score out. And they've taken so much map control. They know Flipside have to be on long. They know they have to be by those doors, because Happy and Shox are right around the back. Keo's just waiting in pit. He's got 3 players in front of him, but here comes the cavalry, and Happy saying, all right, Shox, I can do it as well. Let me get in on the action, as Shox will close out the round, and EnVy picking up the clean 3.
So in 2 rounds, Shox has picked up 3,000 with those SMG frags. He is rolling in the money.
10K
Drinks on Shox, everybody, as he is sitting on 10K 3 rounds in. And that's the power of the MP9. And we're going to be seeing if he can do anything more with this now. They put a different weapon in his hands. We are going to be seeing the AWP in the hands of Happy, as he does most definitely favour taking that AWP. Usually he likes to kind of head towards long. This time he's going to try and challenge in mid, but we are going to be hearing the AK shots. Just give him an air of caution. Davkos was there, didn't quite connect the shot, and that's going to be just a warning for Happy to back on up and head back towards A.
Something they had to switch up then as well. It's a real shame that Davkos didn't hit that. That could have really changed things, because they are playing NBK and Shox quite dedicated on B. Smith's holding the play in mid with Happy and Keo more looking towards A and A long. So if they took down any of those players towards mid, that would have really opened up the map, and they're still looking for it. Blade trying to get any sort of positional that he can maybe work with. So smoking through towards mid, they could do a B split, but the bomb's not there, and I think they're just taking their time. I wouldn't be surprised if Flipside end up going A, or just trying to work off the back of a pick here, because at the moment they're not getting much else, and you can see Blade trying to go looking for something, but Smith's using the smoke well, just peeking around the back.
Yeah, and I think Smiths is going to be playing that position so very much. Like, he likes playing against a team that knows where he is, sorry, as he can just play around the smoke, play around their insecurities, especially in that mid side that we're already seeing Flipside struggle with. And this first buy-up from Flipside is looking to be going only one way. Smith's the only man who's really met any sort of bite back from Flipside. As Keo playing long, as he always does. That's going to be an easy frag for Hutji. I don't think did he even touch him? He didn't even touch him. Completely confused. That's the power of the M4A1S. And now Markelov and Davkos, an AK and an M4. An M4? Excuse me. An AWP between them. Are going to try and do something, but Happy is just going to be all too happy to oblige as the last two frags do come in. And Envy are going to try and pick this one up as efficiently as possible. Only 2 frags so far, and that's in the face of the hands of Hutji, of all people. They haven't really managed to pick up anything so far.
Envy are making this so difficult for them. They're not giving them anything that, and I like the way just every now and then they'll be a little bit more aggressive. So, you know, Smith's playing around in that smoke, then you're going a little bit more aggressive, getting a couple of shots in. Or, you know, when MBK and Shocks pushed up through those B tunnels, I really like it when they do that. But we're seeing a very decisive Flipside. They're just going to try and play somewhere, try and push something, get a gun away, and Shocks could be in trouble here. He might have just heard them know B tunnels. He definitely has. He's going to back out. And actually, no, he's going to push forward, leave Happy the one watching the play up towards short. And this could get dangerous if he's actually able to connect any of these. I think he just saw World Edit and they're lining up for him. If only he knew. Oh, and he does! Perfect work from Shocks. Just showing you how much control he does have. But once again, Flipside didn't have much to work with. No armor. And now Markelov left in a 1v5. And it looks like they're not even going to get a kill again. Yeah,
no armor, no hope. As Markelov is going to struggle to pick up anything. And we are going to continue to see just 2 frags so far on the board for the Flipside boys. And Blade, he's just happy to be second on the scoreboard with the assist. Let's see then what they can do with their money. I'm going to be seeing the double AWP come out, so they're kind of going for an attempt at an answer. It's going to be that double AWP setup. I can only assume we're going to be seeing... What's the depends on the spawns, actually. Look at those spawns. They're very orientated towards B. See where World Edit chooses to take this AWP. It looks like he potentially is going to be trying to find an opener on towards that B site. Or maybe diving into lowers. We'll see.
We'll see if World Edit goes for it.
Oh, he is.
Not much to be found there for him now. He can try and make a couple of shots through the smoke, but that's probably the best he can hope for. But at the moment, Flipside not having much luck. I haven't been able to see them actually do a full execution yet. They have what they need, though, this time. Utilities there. They've got the mollies. They've got the smokes. They could piece something nice together. They could piece a good play together. But then again, when you have 2 players, or maybe 1 standing in, I guess you could say, it's going to make it harder, and Hut going down on long is going to make this much easier. Keo can now solo this, Happy can fall back towards the site, and the rest of the Flipside boys just have to hope for an opener somewhere. Yeah, and they're just hungering for an opening. You can see World Edit is just trained on that location. A second smoke now thrown out by Team Envy, as they're just going to delay and force the hand of Flipside. Blade is on the hunt now, and Happy is just going to be trained on his location. Smiths consistently holding that CT side. He is absolutely, he's so ready for someone to peek him, and World Edit it's going to oblige. But I like this. They haven't done the mid smoke. He's stepping. Shocks. And Shocks. Oh, perfect flash to let him out. Almost perfect flash to let him out then. But Shocks did pick him up in the end, and Markelov now left in no man's land. But there was a chance, and I like that because they kind of saw that no one's been actively playing those double doors. So, okay, well, let's maybe try and get one. Let's see if I can pick up Smiths here. And he didn't, sadly, because Shocks was so close, he heard those footsteps. And once again, Shocks closing down the round. Shocks is playing so well at the moment. They're just walking into him almost. He's 11-1. Yeah, I mean, there were certainly some SMG frags that have put him at that max buy. He's trying to spend his money as best he can. In fact, the whole EnVyUS side are all in some pretty mad numbers. Just MBK under the 10K mark. Spooderman. Oh, everyone else has actually got the Envy logos, you know, and there's just MBK with Spooderman. Oh my lord, that looked like it was a connection. Not going to happen this time, as things just are not going Flipside's way, but you're right. MBK is ill, he said before. He is struggling with illness. He's, of course, able to compete, probably not quite the same case as now Flipside are going to be really a little worse for wear. They know that there's going to be a heavy presence long, and they know that it's not going to be easy, especially that they know Keo has been holding it so well consistently before he's going to be calling for backup, as he knows the numbers are there. Big connection onto World Edit, looking for a second as well as the flashes keep raining in. He's got the artillery he needs as well. Oh, that's a great nade. And oh, the bodies keep dropping, and Flipside are getting ripped apart. That spray control was perfect, but the one thing I wanted to say was, hey, this is a little different from Flipside. They actually tried to push long. They actually went for something a little bit bigger, but they just didn't have any power once they got out. The flashes, the control came out from Keo and Smiths was on point. Now, Markloff and Long, he can't really achieve much here. Blade's trying to make a play through mid, but MBK's still watching. The ever-observant MBK delivers.
Wow.
And now, just Markloff in a 1v3. Now, a legend he may be, but this situation is tough, and just on that blue container, we have a player waiting. Keo goes down. Markloff's taking it down to a 1v2. He's going for the ace. He's going to have to if he wants it. 28 seconds, gets the bomb. But does Happy know he's through that smoke? Oh, Markloff picks up another. That's 4. 1v1 now. MBK probably can't see this cross in time. If Markloff just went straight, he can get this.
He's pussyfooting, that's not good. He's going to get across.
He's across. He can get the plant down. This is dangerous. He knows where MBK is. 10 seconds left. Markloff could pull off something incredible here.
Did he hear the drop? MBK's going to make it clear. What a jump. What a shot from MBK. And just shatters the dream of the first round on the board for Flipside. Even manages to recover the AWP as if they needed to preserve cash. And that is going to be salt into the wound for the Flipside boys. And look at them. They are most definitely shaken now. Still 3 members from Flipside struggling to pick up a frag.
Why is it always French teams who do that? You know what I mean?
What, connect the shots?
Yeah, jumping shots.
I'm surprised
on
you didn't
A-side.
like panic and just start talking about Kelly. Just like you couldn't control yourself.
No.
Quickly.
No, I think that's in the back of my mind. It's a dark, dark place. Okay, don't bring it up.
Sad.
But anyway, let's take stock of what we've seen so far, because we are in round 8. And sadly for Flipside, they have nothing to show for this. A fast mid play coming out from Davkos. He's going to be smoked in, flashed in. Happy. Now a little bit, you know, pushed off. Didn't get that first shot to connect, which is a shame, but the jig is up and 3 players now from EnVyUS coming around, but Blade comes out with the goods. But Shox tries to get a little bit of something done, but will they expect Smiths from above? They don't get the exchanges in their favor. And once again, it's down to MBK. And this time, Markloff maybe means business here. He's got a point to prove.
He has. He's got a nade to his name there, so not too much utility for Flipside as he just throw that one out. MBK, a smoke and a flashes. He's kind of, it almost seems like he's aware of both of these T's location, as he's just trying to gather any sort of glimmer of inkling of where they're going to be pushing. It looks like that he has heard the footsteps. He's going to be able to kind of position himself as he hears the footsteps on short. 39 seconds. They can take their time. They can check the corners. But MBK...
His timing is incredible.
It's terrifying. It really is. He seems to have an understanding. We have X-Ray on. He's going for a jump shot again. Isn't going to connect the spray control. Needs to take a leaf out of Keo's book, maybe. And we are going to be seeing round 1 then for Flipside.
Getting flashbacks, man. This is scary. No, it's scary. And he got the tag, actually, on the guy who was like going for the plant towards short. But he was like perfectly following them around the map. It was just...
Like, you know, you kind of have to take a step back and realize you do have X-Ray on and just how little you've actually seen.
Yeah.
Like, how little he's been given. But either way, we are going to be seeing, once again, after a very successful... I mean, there was 2 Galils there, and every time Happy goes for that shot, he seems to be struggling with it. He's going to be putting the fear into Flipside, and he's going aggressive.
Yeah. They keep doing this every now and then, just off throwing, but hard. This guy just drilling Shox. And now MBK checks it, doesn't get the secondary, though, so a bit of a lacking exchange, leaving Flipside with the advantage, with the bomb, and they've got B-side under control. The Happy and Keo are going to have to pull off something very impressive here to get this one through, but that shot through the smoke coming out from Keo then, very nice.
Yeah, they're very low on health, but those players are safe inside the site, so the nades that EnVyUS do have remaining. We see a molly even for Keo as Happy does get put in his grave. Well, that it is going to make it very difficult for Keo as he puts him down to just 1 HP. He's going to snatch that up and he's going to get out of there, as that's going to be a more successful round from Flipside. And what exactly did they do differently there?
Well, to be fair,
did they do differently there, Flair? Huh?
Words are hard. No, it was just, I just think the exchanges went in favour to them for once. When Shox and MBK pushed into the B tunnels, they did okay initially, but then Hut just kind of had a great little spot. He came up with the goods, he was holding the bomb, and then once those two go down, you know you've got control. And then on the other side of things, Keo, 1 HP, there we go. Blade takes him down. That's actually a lot of money lost out on, because he had, you know, the full molly set with the nade, the smoke, and the flash. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, it was just that they had already kind of taken some control in mid, so the 2 remaining players who played A were so locked out, and they only had to deal with the 1 guy who was in mid. So really nicely played that round, but I think it was just, once again, trades going in their favor rather than something a little more flashy.
Well, yeah, it definitely has to be kind of crediting Hutji here, as he seems to just be able to spin and hit every single time. He's been caught off guard from behind twice, and he's hit both of those shots.
Oh, I like this from Happy, though. The aggressive AWPing on short. I always really enjoy this. I think we saw it a lot from the likes of Chris J back in the days when he was, you know, a little bit more confident, I guess, or he, you know, when he had Alu in the team as well.
Was it not pre-AWP change as well?
Yes, definitely was. And I always really liked seeing that, just because it gives you so much control down towards those low B tunnels. You get everything you want, and now Happy can fall back going, well, you know, they're not early there. I've got a little bit of time to play with. And Flipside are still kind of sorting things out. The Smiths on long with Keo this time, and that's a little different.
Yeah, that's what the point I was going to make as well. That kind of giving Keo some backup. That was mine. You stole it.
You swine.
But, I mean, Flipside, last time they tested Keo, he didn't really need backup. This time he's going to go aggressive. He's going to just place himself a little turret right at the face of the smoke. Flipside, they're definitely considering this push. Davcost training in on that location. He wants to give his teammates as much support as he can with that AWP, but they're more just trying to kind of barrel in and give him some freedom to start trying to take down Happy. Because they know where he is. Like, Happy has been consistently holding this angle.
Smith just saw them, and now Keo's just holding the push. Really nice crossfire being set up. Smith needs to help him out, though. You can see the flashes coming into play. Shox does go down, but Smiths locks it out on long. Now Davcost, last man alive, going to push in, try and make a play. He does take down Keo, but he's not got the time to follow up on towards Smiths. And that crossfire along was absolutely sublime.
Yeah, I mean, even like the communication to evade flashes, like if they know the flash is coming in, one of them does face. That was, you know, there's a word to summarize EnVyUS right now, and it's smooth. They are playing very smoothly. Flipside not really testing them too much. So, hey, we are going to be seeing some...
You know?
Ooh, a nice smooth espresso, yeah. And it does, of course, have caffeine and lots of energy in Team EnVyUS. I see what that's a lovely analogy.
Right,
yeah, so we're going to be seeing a couple of Galils. Oh, and the one investment finally hits the shot, and that's going to be the AWP loose now. I can only assume that it's going to pinch that one. He does. But now... limited on numbers, limited on utility. You can see just the molly for Molotov. I was about to say the molly for Molotov. His name is Markelov, Alex.
Get it right.
And now it looks like Happy's going to be able to connect onto Blade. He does, and that's another weapon now down. As the bodies keep dropping, and Flipside's hopes of another round on this half are starting to dwindle.
Definitely are. 2 rounds is certainly nowhere near enough. I don't know, you want to at least be able to kind of survive a pistol round these days. And
it's always like a horrible risk. Like, the comebacks can happen, but it puts so much weight on the first, like, 2 rounds.
And that's the thing, it's like whenever you say, you know, when you speak to players, they're always like, you know, round by round, we stay focused.
Yeah, no.
And it's true, I get you, you have to take it round by round, but then the addition comes in. Ooh, nice shot from Wilded towards Smith. I'll come back to my point, because he's making me shut the hell up, which I'm sure you guys at home are very pleased about, but Shox now going to have to pick up the slack, push himself up towards mid, and leave Happy now to lock down on short. And they could drop down towards CT if they fancy it, but no, they want the side. They've got the molly. Happy has to back out. And they really are making Flipside have to work for this. Oh, Happy through the fire. Doesn't quite catch a glimpse. World Edit's just there on the edge. One tap of that would have worked, but no, World Edit finds Happy. But 2 is all he'll get. And the shutdown comes out of Shox and 9 rounds on the board. But the thing was, I was speaking to Natu about this, because he pulled off a pretty big comeback when they were playing at the offline finals not too long ago. It's like, well, the thing is that it is logical. It's round by round, right? So nothing really changed apart from the economy that, you know, you're going to have to work around yourself and you become very conscious of. But it's that you can't make a single mistake. And sometimes you can't help that. Sometimes you can't perfectly predict timing, and that stuff does become a huge factor in. But anyway, back into this one. Flipside now, lacking a lot of money. They are down to 2 P250s. No armor, no flashes, no nades, no nothing.
Yeah, they couldn't do it with a full buy. Doubt they're going to be able to do it with just these pistols, but I have been proved wrong before.
Unless
the power of the Glock train. As they are just going to make their way through middle, and I think Smiths and Shox are giving them the leeway. Just rain down terror and rain down frags. Look at this, double S combo, as it's just going to be NBK to ruin the lovely alliteration. And that's going to be 10-2 then, the score, as EnVyUS are just going to keep putting heads on their mantelpiece.
I guess you can call him Snathan.
Snathan? Yeah, okay. Just for the full S kill feed? Yeah, let's go for that, sure.
We'll make it work. Well, this has just gone extraordinarily hard for Flipside. Like, they need a little more. And I was like, oh, well, it's gone up. Not quite. Not quite. The scout coming out.
But like EnVyUS so confident at this point that you're going to see this mid-exchange. He's going for the jump shot, and oh my lord!
That looked on him as well, to be fair.
This scout is a tricky beast. As we are going to be seeing what it brought down to just a scrap of health. 6 points of health left for him. As there is going to be a push on towards short. Not going to connect anything just yet. That is Blade. And he's been having real troubles with Happy. Every time he tries to challenge short, Happy is there. And every time Hutchie tries to challenge long, you better believe Keo's ready for him.
I don't know if Hut saw him, but he certainly knows where Keo's been playing. But it doesn't matter if you know where he is. This guy has been on fire at the moment. And now Happy going to go wandering on towards short, drops down. Doesn't get punished. Blade actually not going to go and try and challenge him, because if he did, he'd have pretty much free reign. There's no one on site. But it doesn't matter because Shox is already holding him up in mid. Through the double doors he comes in, gets down well edit. And he knows Davkos is close, but look at Markov and Hart. They've gone all the way around towards B, where MBK is going to have to meet them. Oh, nice work around the smoke from Markov. MBK watching the edge of it, though. He knows it so well. It's like in just reading the book of Flipside. And now the 2 players left going to push in towards him. Perfect control towards Hart. Switching up to the P250, won't get it, but Happy already knocking on the door. Spots the bomb, and Davkos is struggling. Yeah,
and the book of Flipside is missing a few pages, and it's evidence here in their play. As Davkos and Hotji really not stepping up where they need to. We are going to be seeing another round for EnVyUS there, as that's 11-2.
Certainly is, and coming towards the end of the first half, and bearing in mind this is a best-of-1, this is looking pretty decisive in favour to EnVyUS, and they needed a good, strong game. We said it before, they were kind of clumped up in the middle of the pack on the leaderboard and the overall rankings. This is a good way to get themselves building, because Flipside, okay, they're kind of, you know, the soft kind of team in the rankings at the moment, you know, and they're down even another core player, so they need this win, and it looks like it's going to be a very good scoreline win, but Keo's just got a lot of sitting ducks, and he knows how to control that spray down here. He's got Smiths beside him, and once again, this combo is just doing so much work. Davkos at least shuts down Smiths, but there's still the 4 more Frenchmen just waiting.
He gets the flashy play, and I don't think he's going to get much more, as Shox has got the weapon advantages. 1 bullet from that deagle would have been enough, but Shox demonstrating his M4 prowess. It's going to be so tough. As we said before, this is more of a statement about EnVyUS, because we want to see EnVyUS climb that ladder. They've been having a couple of trips, a couple of stumbles, and if they do want to get the ticket over to Cologne for the offline finals, what are you giggling at? Oh my god! The firing line. It's going to be for Happy. That's what it's going to be. They're going to set themselves up. It's going to be just a train location. Happy. Does he challenge it? Wait for it. No, there's only one. Oh, yeah, he doesn't know. Doesn't have the intel. Just get actually legged up through the wall. Oh my god, where do they go with 4 AWPs? Like, Shox is going to be making the call like, okay, he was mid, now he's here. No, wait, what's going on?
He's chasing him.
Tanks up Davkos heavily, and actually Davkos is going to connect onto Shox for going aggressive.
To be fair though, EnVyUS have been playing pretty deep on the sides, excluding maybe Ow, Happy getting slapped down midair. It's actually working. That's the 1 AK from Blade. That's the 1 AK on Flipside actually doing work, but now Smiths is going to try and challenge this this Zoom banger sight. Looks like Kiyoshima's going to take one out of Hutchie's hands. Now what are they going to do? Smiths on the prowl, and he does it again. This time it was Blade who just swings around. Something about Flipside and just reacting. They have the reaction time. Oh god, they're going B though. What if it's got the bomb? What? Oh god, MBK knows. But then again, they can switch now. Yeah, and who do you want to take on, MBK or Keo? It's quite literally a 50-50 choice. They look like they're going to be orientated towards MBK because they know they took him down to 50 points of health. Around that, they got this connection. They know that they tagged him up. The Molly's going to come out as well. He's out of nades. He's out of hope as he's going to try and defend as best he can. Markov down now. He's looking for the... Oh my god, he gets into it. He can get another one. Oh my god, MBK, the natural-born killer, looks for one more now. Word Edit is the last man standing for Flipside, and it's not looking too likely as the flashes are going to rain in. And he's probably going to challenge for the last kill of the game. He's picked up 3, looking for the 4th. Not going to happen now. Word Edit is going to be shut down by Kiyoshima. That was stunning. I want to watch that back. I want to watch that back. I literally just want... It's just a back and... It was like kind of tennis, like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it was just so smooth as well, you know? What, like an espresso? Right? Yeah, okay, right. But that was just perfectly smooth. Absolutely beautiful. But yeah, very, very strong showing. That's the problem right now. It's 13-2. Flipside have no room for error, which is the biggest thing here. They can't afford any drop here. They can't afford one round off. They have to be 100% on, 100% of the time. And with even players like MBK, who's not feeling well, he's not feeling 100%, being able to do that, it's not going to put you in good stead. Yeah, he's probably just got a sniffly nose. He's just got pulling excuses at this point. As, just because he only followed you today on Twitter. He did, yeah, firing shots. Scumbag. Let's see what World Edit can do with his USPs in prime position. Markov and World Edit just connecting the shots, and they will continue as Shox does bite the dust as well. And now MBK looking to forge forward into this round. And I mean, we said they have no margin for error. This is a round they cannot lose. They cannot let slip. Keo and MBK, they've already been brought down relatively low, MBK especially. And Davkos just needs to connect one shot, one to the head of Keo. Does find it, and now all onto MBK. He is as good as gone. As he does take World Edit. Oh my god, and Hutchie, surely not. He's only had 4 points of health, and now he's brought it down from a 2v4 to a 1 versus 2. Hunting now for the head of Davkos, and they have armor. They should be safe. He's just got a Glock to his name, and he is going to be eliminated. Still, though, making that little bit of a little panic button hit from Flipside as they realize this isn't a guarantee.
And that is going to put the first round on the board. I wouldn't be surprised now, especially considering the comfortable rounds that EnVyUS have. They want to try and surprise and maybe just take something a little bit extra into this round. I see a Zeus on Keo. That's the extra I was talking about.
We've seen the most SMG buys in a while, and then
wow,
157. Okay, what is this? What are the CT side doing? Okay, they did the double boost up towards short. So Davkos and Hut are on short, double boosted. And 3 players in mid to the T side. This is a crazy round. So we're going to have the Tech-9s up against just pure SMGs. It's like the most unpurest round you're ever going to see.
Yeah, welcome to Counter-Strike duty.
At least we're at home, right?
Yeah, man.
We're going to be lynched when we step out of these chairs. But
here we go. Shox has started on, and that's going to be Markloff down. That B-site's looking vulnerable. Well, that it's got an absolute mountain to climb, and it is just crumbled as he goes down. Hutchie going to try and do something with the MP9, but with the bomb now down, EnVyUS can set up a perimeter. And look at Smith's positioning. Wasn't enough to get the surprise. And now with a 3v3, good God, this would be really tough pill for Flipside to swallow.
Oh, no!
Oh my God! He did it! They are just crushing them!
Oh, Keo, you're so BM, man. I'd be so mad. I'd be so goddamn mad.
I have my head in my hand. I actually have my head in my hand.
That got him a lot of money, though. That's going to get him, you know, he's able to drop out the AKs. He's feeling pretty good now.
So BM. Oh my God! I mean, Flipside, they are they're a very shaken lineup right now, and you know they're in no position to get to the offlines. They are still playing though. Practice makes perfect and all that. And this is a very important game for EnVyUS, and it's clear that EnVyUS, as aware they are that this is important, they're also the same old EnVyUS.
Another way, like until that moment, the kill feed had been literally like Tech-9, Zeus, Scout, like all the scumbag stuff basically being used, and that's Envy going on to match point now. So one more round and they're golden. Jeez. But this has been a very one-sided game. I don't think that's surprising anyone. It's just a bit of a shame to see Flipside kind of in this sort of state at the moment. Hopefully everything gets sorted out and they can actually, you know, fix all the problems they've had, and hopefully, you know, the players feel a lot better soon, and they can start actually playing as, you know, the team that they should be playing. Like, they are a good collective. It's just you're seeing very much a small portion of that currently as Markloff whips the scout through mid.
Boy, yep, I know. But that is going to be on him. That's into NBK's chest as he's now chunked down to 32. Davkos is doing good work as well with the scout. Maybe that's what's been going wrong. They haven't picked up enough scouts earlier on in this game.
It should have been 4 AWPs. It should have been 4 scouts.
It should have been 4 scouts. There we go. It's a lot more financially sound as well, that investment. We'll see, though, where they choose to go with this round. Now that they know there is a heavily tagged up NBK, they've got Shox down and out. But this is by no means a guarantee. As that worried me. God, we went a little bit PowerPointy there for a second. But Blade forcing Happy back off the site.
I was waiting for the Windows wipe, you know what I mean? Like the little checkers that come across.
No, the star transition was my favorite.
I like the heart.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, into this one. It's going to be pretty much a 2-2 split left with Flipside. The one player who is holding mid has gone down. Blade's going to have to push up. Envy are looking like they're going to go towards B. 3 in tunnels, 1 in mid. Smiths does get collected by Markloff, and these scouts are working. Juan Deegs are going to be aplenty. And there's the first World Edit comes in. Markloff with the assist and World Edit. Showing that, you know, individually, these guys are good. They're crazy players, but you know, it's a long way to go now. Yeah,
I think, you know, if you wanted to kind of break down what's going wrong for them, it's the fact that these are a mix. There you go, straight up. EnVyUS, they've been playing together for however long now. And then you look at this team, and there's 2 names there that, I mean, Davkos has been playing for them for a while. I remember even at the offline qualifiers, he was there due to the absence of Simple. So he's more of a recognized name. Hutchie, I mean, he has been hitting shots to his credit. In fact, I think he's probably still sitting around the middle of the scoreboard. He was at the top of the scoreboard for a great deal of time. So, you know, they haven't really struggled with this new presence in terms of fragging, but as team synergy, it's gone. And here comes an aggressive play from Shox. He's just going to start applying pressure. And, oh, if he connected that shot, that'll be a very sound investment from Markloff, broken down. And here comes the aggression. They're breaking him out.
And I love this play as well. EnVyUS, when they pick up these Tech-9s and they couple it with a couple of AKs, whoever they can afford it on, it always works out so well. If they can recover one of the AKs, there you go. You're going to see it back in the hands, and Happy going to put it to work towards Hut. And now Davkos and Blade out of position. The bomb should be going down. MBK has it in hand. Smiths with a covering fire. And now last man standing is Blade. Smiths gets the double, and it's a very clean game for Envy, picking up the final round. Now,
is that 4 or 3 they got?
I think it was 4.
4.
Pretty sure it was 4. At the end of the day, it wasn't a great display from Flipside. We kind of expected that, though. I don't think that's too surprising. You know, sadly, they're missing out on another player now, so they're kind of down 2 at the moment from their core lineup. And really, what can you expect against a team like Envy, who need points? They're not playing this for, you know, fun. They may have a couple of rounds where, you know, Zeus kills come into play and, you know, it gets you a lot of bank. But they needed the points. They've got them. They had a very clean round difference as well, which is a very big factor. So they should be pleased with that.
Yeah, and the tenacity we saw from some of the individuals there. Let's just look at that NBK round again, because that was
NBK's
smooth.
play was just
so good. I mean, this back forth kind of play from individuals. Kia was doing it as well with his spray control and long, but this was the round from NBK where he just shuts them down one by
look
one.
At this. Perfect play. Gets Markov.
Has
Waits
an
for the
idea.
mid-play.
That sound.
With
God.
7 bullets left. 7 bullets left. The perfect shot
Jeez.
turns around. And he doesn't get the last, I don't believe. He gets shut down at the
Kia
end.
shuts it down.
But it was just another brilliant round. You know, MBK, when he's hitting shots like that, is just a crazy good player. And I love watching him get those shots. The first 2 weren't anything incredible. They were pretty okay.
No, it's just the swiftness of
But
them.
it was just that last close down. You know, when he got the first pushing out, switched up to mid, and then with 7 bullets left, just spinning back and predicting, okay, he's going to try and abuse the fact that I was watching mid there, so he'll push out on me. MBK already thinking that, adjusts for it, spanks
just
him
quick
down.
decision making and really solid individual play there from Team EnVyUS. Even the cheeky Zeus from Kiyashima. Yeah, that cheeky.
Kia had a great game on long as well. I'd love to watch on his
Was it him
back.
and Smith that were playing together? They had this kind of
nice.
really nice dynamic, very kind of flexible.
It's kind of unique because I throw my mind back to maybe, you know, Katowice, and prior to that, MBK had always played long. He'd been kind of almost soloing on long a hell of a lot of the time. So they've clearly switched a couple of things around, and that may be in preparation for DreamHacks coming up. There's a couple of other events just around the corner. They may be switching things up. I need to watch a lot more of Envy on Dust2 to make sure that's the case.
And I want to see what NBK's doing, because they've put him over on B. That's a big change of pace.
Yeah.
And he seemed to be pretty sound against Flipside. I'm going to keep my eyes on EnVyUS and see how their Dust2 game does evolve. That does wrap up Game 1, though, and that is just Game 1. There's a whole lot more CS to be brought to you this evening. Second game will be Virtus Pro up against Titan, then Virtus Pro up against TSM. We've got a real extravaganza of the Polish side, and it's exciting to see if they can match. Like, if they win these 2 games, they will be on the same points and the same win-loss as Fnatic. So this is a big couple of games for them.
I'm so excited to see Virtus Pro. I love getting to watch these guys. 2 games back-to-back, 2 big opponents. Like, don't get me wrong, I want the TSM game, but Titan's not a bad one to start on. We're going to see some beautiful AWP work. We're going to see everything I love about CS kind of summed up in 2 games. So I'm very excited about the next few.
There you go, you heard it from Lauren. You should be excited as well. It's time for us to go to a break, though, and we'll be right back with your Virtus Pro extravaganza.